Alright, come on in, hit the like button, think about subscribing if you have not already. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, but most importantly, welcome to the Berserker family. So this is my honest opinion / review for the 2026 horror film called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. The fourth installment of the 28 franchise. The last one was just 28 years later. So here's the plot. Dr. Kelson makes a discovery that could change the world while Spike's encounter with cult leader Jimmy Kirstel becomes a nightmare he can't escape. Now here's some of the cast. Okay, so right off the bat, there was definitely a huge difference with how this was shot and edited. The last one I flat out hated, as it was so hard to watch because of the constant over-the-top movement shooting and POVs and bizarre shooting edit cuts. This was not that at all. Like that. This was of just very smooth, normal shots, so it made it so much more enjoyable to get through. They technically did shove some parts in here with handheld POV shots, but again, wasn't that often, and it again made it very, very enjoyable. This was still extremely gory, which I expected going in this, but for the most part of the film, I wasn't scared. That's because they kind of took it in a different direction with the type of horror storytelling. All while throwing in some jump scares, but I would say more of a gory slasher cult type horror film in the very years after the apocalypse happened, type of thing. You know, with undead heavily mixed in certain spots and kind of stuff, and I don't want to give certain specific thing about that away if you haven't seen the film yet. But but there was a slowness to the story that gave it some boring spots. But again, I still enjoyed the characters, especially Ian and Samson. There is like a really cool badass spot in there. In this film, but I think for the most part it was just more a kind of slightly heartwarming mixed with kind of a slasher type of horror film mixed in type of a feel to the film, with undead or zombies or wherever. But here's my rating on Comic, my final thoughts. Again, a little slow and definitely different than what we have been getting, but the actors was fantastic and I enjoyed the film. Probably wouldn't rewatch it, to be honest, for a while, but still an enjoyable film and much better than the last one by a long shot. As I said, the last one, I liked the first two. I didn't like the ending of the second one, but I liked the first two nonetheless. The third one, which was the last one, absolutely hated. I couldn't. There's literally no reason a way I could have liked or enjoyed that or anything like that going in that. It was just from beginning to end. It was just constant, movements and this making you disorientated. And I know that was a purpose, but there's a very sweet line when it comes to that type of stuff, to where it's like you're overdoing it and or you're not doing the right spot type of thing. It's the whole handheld camera and then the whole editing thing. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. I would have if it wasn't for that whole movements of it, I probably would have liked it more than this to a degree. But then again, now I think about it, I kind of like, they're both very unique of themselves, you know what I mean? And I like the thing between two characters, and I won't say who they are, I think I kind of did, Ian and the other guy, but yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable. Not necessarily something that I put in my favorites or go, oh, I want to rewatch this. I mean, I'll watch people react to reactions to it, but I think that's just more because they add stuff to it that make it more entertaining. I'm not saying it's a bad film. Just saying it's kind of I don't know. It was very unique and wasn't too out there like the other one, and I enjoyed it nonetheless. So, but always leave your thoughts down below. Until the next time, remember, I love you all. Please spread the love. Skull.